How's it going, YouTube? LA Tech Trends back again here with an unexpected video on my part. So I was never really expecting to play Death Stranding after watching countless gameplay videos through the years. I was always really fascinated by Hideo Kojima's ordeal with Konami and what was going on behind the scenes at that corrupt company. But when Kojima broke away from Konami to form Kojima Studios via PlayStation and Sony, I kind of became interested in his new project. And at first, Death Stranding seemed really odd to me. You know, I remember the reveal trailer. I believe it was at the PlayStation Showcase or whatever it was called. And I remember seeing the game announced and thinking, what in the actual fuck is this? You know, you got like a baby strapped on your suit. But you know, as weird and twisted as this game is, it's kind of like an acid trip. It makes sense. It makes sense once you play it. And that's why Death Stranding is one of the most interesting games, if not the freshest new experience I have played in fucking years, dude. You feel me? So, that's what I really love about this game. It's the most refreshing new game to come out in years, and I'll tell you why. In Death Stranding, you play as this guy, Sam Porter Bridges. Sam Porter Bridges is essentially a delivery person in a post-apocalyptic future. In this post-apocalyptic future, weird things happen. So basically, every time a human being dies, it creates this creature known as a BT. BTs are basically parasitic creatures that are made up of dead things. They can form craters, destroy entire cities. It's really trippy, and it really makes this world all the more alien and all the more intimidating. But what I found so fascinating about Death Stranding is it makes our planet, Earth, seem alien, almost unnoticeable, like a dystopian future out of the Matrix, even scarier than that of Cyberpunk or Blade Runner. Something that seemed so familiar, yet I couldn't really put my finger on. Yes, in the grand scheme of things, you're just a delivery guy trying to unite the UCA, the United Cities of America. Unite different outposts in an effort to rebuild the United States. But it's far deeper than that. You see, what makes Death Stranding so deep is that in an effort to reconnect the chiral network, which consists of what once made up the United States, although barely recognizable now, you see the stories of millions of broken homes. You see how our planet took the turn for the worst. And you see how society, for lack of a better way of putting things, ultimately went to shit. And through Sam's journey, you really start to sympathize with this character and with the inhabitants that he meets along the way. While uncovering the dark and mysterious world of Death Stranding, gameplay consists of what initially seems to be very simple. It's a Paperboy-like gameplay loop. At least that's what it seems like. Deliveries. All you do is deliveries while dodging enemies, right? No, it's so much more complicated than that. So hear me out. You have to balance the weight of just these massive parcels that various inhabitants need for their survival. So you'll be taking anything from supplies to weaponry, just these massive parcels, these massive cargo packages of goods, while simultaneously taking your own shit, such as weapons, vehicles, medication you'll need along the way from falling down from a massive ledge, or tools that you might need at your disposal, such as a ladder to get up a massive mountain. So essentially what you do is you need to get these deliveries to the recipients while simultaneously not damaging them and while having an efficient enough loadout to make it feasible enough to do so. So it's so much more complicated than just taking cargo from A to B. It's a balancing game. You gotta balance your weight. You gotta do this. You gotta do that. One wrong move is fine. 2, okay. 3, you could see your package being damaged, making it so that you have to start again from the checkpoint. And along the journey, you might run into wild nomads. You might run into multiple enemies. Not only will you run into these nomads that have outposts all along the vast plain, but you will also run into BTs. Now, the only way that you can really avoid BTs is that's where the baby comes in. So the baby, known in this game as the BB unit, is basically strapped onto your suit as some sort of navigation tool. So you click the L1 trigger and you can see BTs in the vicinity. So basically the BB unit detects potential threats from the BTs, because the BTs are almost ghost-like creatures. You know, you can't see them with the human eye, but that's where the BB comes into play. So a lot of very interesting gameplay elements for what should just be a delivery sim. It's crazy. I could play this for hours, and there's been many times where, you know, I wanted to just do 1 or 2 deliveries in the game, and I saw myself slip away into this world for 5, 6, 7 hours at a time. It's genuinely magical. Alright guys, so with all of that just positive energy and with all of that love that I have for this game, there is absolutely no way that I can't address the elephant in the room, and that is the mixed reception from various fans. You know, not everybody likes the fact that a lot of this game, especially as you can see from this early in-game footage, consists of Sam Porter Bridges constantly walking. You know, a lot of people, they want to add more speed. They want to just blaze through the world like it's GTA or something. But I feel like this game is a work of art and it should be indulged. Every little moment should be enjoyed. And every little detail in these seemingly plain environments is absolutely beautiful. Sometimes you forget you're even inside with all the gorgeous blooming nature in these valleys and fields and deserts and such. You know, you just see so much eye candy here that I enjoyed the hike. And later on in the game, they add vehicles, so there's these car-like contraptions, and there's also motorbikes as well, and there's also bionic implants. So these bionic implants will allow you to run at superhuman speeds. You know, you're gonna be the Flash up in this bitch, you know? There's just a lot of improvements when it comes to speed. It just, you have to have the patience, and over time, you will gain new abilities, which will make the delivery process way easier, and will add more experimentation and just more unique features to the gameplay in general, constantly keeping it fresh. Well, for me at least. So we covered the basics when it comes to the storyline. We covered what this world feels like, but that's just scratching the surface. You're gonna have to go and see for yourself, and with the game being free on PlayStation Plus, it's definitely worth the download. You know, the thing about Death Stranding is, it's not for everyone, but if you give it a chance, you might find the greatest game ever. Is it the best game ever though? Let's stay true to the title of this video. Best game ever. Far from it. It's one of the freshest games to come out in years. It's genuinely a breath of fresh air, and it shows Hideo Kojima's artistic talent as a developer. And it is a title that I will remember for years to come. But although I put it on a high pedestal, it might not be the best game of all time, but it's still a must play. Anyways, that all depends on you. Give it a shot. Maybe you'll be surprised like I was. LA Tech Trends, signing out. Peace.